Hello, hello. Miss Miller here once again to teach math lesson 14-6 on problem solving. Now, before we get started, if you can, grab some pennies. If we were in the classroom, we would be using cube trains, but we're not in the classroom, and I assume that most of you do not have cubes at home to make a cube trains. So I realized the pennies are about the same size as a cube. You take your paper, put a penny right on top of the cube. It's almost the exact same size. So get some pennies ready. I would say you need maybe seven or 8 pennies, okay? So get that going, and then we are going to get started. Let's get started here. All right. All right, listen up.
Marta wants to compare the length of a ribbon to the length of a cube train, so she can draw a circle around the object that is shorter. How can she do this? Explain where you place the cube train on the page and why.
Okay, so Marta wants to compare the length of this ribbon to the length of a cube train using 3 cubes. So we need to figure out how to do that. First, we need 3 cubes, or in your case, 3 pennies. You can put your 3 pennies on your paper while I do cubes on the computer. All right, so we need 3 cubes. This one actually looks a little bit small, so I'm not sure how that's going to work, but that's okay. So in order to figure out which one is longer, we need to line up the cube train at the same spot that the ribbon started. So see, we're going to start at the same spot. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. All right, so I have my 3 cube trains lined up right underneath my ribbon. Now, it says draw a circle around the object that is shorter. Which object is shorter? The ribbon or 3 cubes? If you said 3 cubes, you are correct. So circle the 3 cubes because the 3 cubes are shorter than the orange ribbon. All right, and if you were doing on your paper, you could have 3 pennies right underneath that ribbon, and you will also see that they are shorter than the ribbon. All right, good job. Go ahead and flip it, do the hard flip. We get ready for our video.
Here is a pencil. Marta wants to see whether this pencil is longer or shorter than 7 cubes. What attribute is Marta comparing? She is comparing length. Do you think the pencil will be longer or the cubes will be longer?
All right, what do you think? Do you think the pencil will be longer or the cube train of 7 cubes will be longer? Make your guess and let's find out.
Let's find out. Marta is building a cube train. If she uses all the cubes here to make her cube train, will she have used the correct number of cubes? Yes, she will use 7 cubes. Why does it help to line up the ends of the objects you are comparing? If the ends are lined up, you can look at the other end to compare the length. Is the cube train longer than the pencil? How do you know?
Ooh, what do you think? Is the cube train longer than the pencil? Let's try it.
Make a blue cube train longer than the pencil and a green cube train shorter than the pencil.
Ooh, okay. So first, remember, we have to line them up at the edge here. So we're going to line up our cube trains with the eraser. So first, we're going to make a blue cube train that is longer than the pencil. As you're watching, tell me if I should keep going or when I should stop. Right now it's still shorter. Oh, now if you look, it's the same exact length. They start at the same spot and they end at the same spot, but we want it to be longer, not equal. So let's add one more. Now, is this cube train longer than the pencil? It sure is, because it sticks out farther than the pencil. All right, now we have to make a green cube train shorter than the pencil. So if it's going to be shorter, we don't want to go past this point of our pencil. So let's see, we're going to line them up with the eraser. Is one shorter? Yeah. Is two shorter? Yes. Is three shorter? Yes. Is four shorter? Yes. Is five shorter? Yes. Is six shorter? No, six would make it equal. See, it would go right to the same. So we can't use six. Six would make it equal. We're going to stick with five. Five makes it shorter than the pencil. All right. Good job.
Yes, the cube train is longer than the pencil. The cube train sticks out farther than the pencil when they are lined up next to each other. What does the 7 and the picture of the cube represent? It represents Marta's cube train of 7 cubes. Marta is going to circle the picture of the longer object. Should she draw a circle here? Why?
Think about that. So she's going to circle the picture of the longer object. Should she draw a circle here? Why or why not? What do you think? Think about it. Let's find out if you're right.
Yes, she should draw a circle here. This represents the cube train, and the cube train is longer than the pencil. Now you know how to compare the lengths of two objects by using precision.
Great job!
All right, now it's our turn to get started with number 1. The directions say, make a cube train with the number of cubes shown. Then compare the length of the cube train to the object. Now remember, we don't have cubes. You probably, hopefully have pennies that you are using. And this tells us that you need 5 pennies or 5 cubes. So what you're going to do with those pennies, I'm going to do with the cube on the screen, but you would do it with your penny on your paper. So right here, you would put a penny while I put a cube. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but here is the problem. These cubes on my computer are not the same size as a real cube. So I am not going to use these cubes because it is not working very well for us. So we are just going to use our pennies. So while we are doing this together, I want you to take your pennies and line them up on your paper. And you tell me which one, draw a circle around the one that is longer. Is this branch longer than 5 pennies? Or are 5 pennies longer than the tree branch? If you did it on your paper, you would see that 5 pennies or 5 cubes are longer than this branch. So go ahead and circle where it says 5 cubes. Good job. Number 2 here, same thing. We are going to compare the height or how tall the leaf is compared to 1 cube train. So this one, they already showed it. If we only need 1 cube, you're looking at it. Is this 1 cube taller or shorter than this green leaf? I would say the green leaf is taller than the cube. So we need to circle the one that is taller. This green leaf is taller than 1 cube or 1 penny if you put 1 penny next to your leaf. All right, good job. Go ahead and flip it like a pancake. Now this one, they actually want you to do all by yourself. This page is your independent practice. So here's what I'm going to give you the directions and you will figure it out. So number 3, you see an acorn. I want you to look at this number right here. Take 3 pennies, line them up next to the acorn and figure out which one is taller. Draw a circle around the one that is taller. 3 pennies in a row, or 3 cubes, or this 1 acorn. Circle the one that is taller. All right, number 4. Compare the length of the pine cone to the cube train and mark an X on the one that is shorter. So right here, what number do you see? Number 7. So you are going to take 7 pennies and line them up underneath the pine cone, and then you're going to mark an X on the one that is shorter, the pine cone or 7 pennies. Which one is shorter? Number 5 right here, you see a leaf. You are going to compare the height of the cube tower to the leaf and draw a circle around the one that is taller. So take your 4 pennies, line them up right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and circle the one that is taller. Which is taller, this leaf or 4 pennies stacked up? Number 6, compare the length of the flower to the cube train and mark an X on the one that is shorter. So look at your flower, take 6 pennies, line them up underneath the flower and mark an X on the one that is shorter, the flower or 6 pennies. And number 7, compare the length of the cube train or your penny train with 5 pennies to the twig and draw a circle around the one that is longer. Is this twig longer than 5 pennies, or is 5 pennies longer than the twig? Circle the one that is longer. All right. And after you finish that, go ahead and do the hard flip, and we are on the last page. Now this one is going to take a little bit more thinking. All right, number 8 and 9 are up here together. Here's what it says. Alex has a piece of ribbon. He wants to make a penny train longer than the ribbon. How many pennies long would the penny train be? What tool can you use to help solve your problem? Make a penny train that is longer than the piece of purple ribbon and write the number of pennies you used on this line. So remember, start your pennies right here. Let me get, here, I'll use a counter. We'll just pretend it's a penny. So just line up your pennies. And how many does it take to make it longer than your purple ribbon? And write the number right here on the line. All right, so that's number 8 and 9. Number 10, Carlos says that he made a penny train that is 3 pennies long and that it is longer than this orange ribbon. Is he right or is he wrong? How do you know? So you need to line up 3 pennies underneath this orange ribbon and decide, is Carlos right? Are 3 pennies longer than this orange ribbon? See how you do. All right, friends, that is it. Go ahead and get started. And as always, good luck and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.